step number 1 of the directions says no power tools. So make sure you're not using any power tools when you're installing it, because you don't want to do that.
Hey, baby. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
All right, well, as you saw, we got the pigs moved. It was actually their time to move yesterday, but we are actually going on a vacation, a short vacation. So we're going back out to California to see Tina's family. So I kept another day with the pig paddock. They were in there, that paddock that we built the pig shelter in. They did a good job clearing that one. So we got them moved this morning. Crispy's gonna stay because this paddock has a lot of vegetation. So I'm not gonna move him yet. He can stay in there, but we gotta get him feed. and then we got to get the rest of the animals ready. So we're leaving in not tomorrow, the day after, so 2 days. But it's supposed to rain tomorrow, and of course it's raining on me today. But we got a lot of stuff to get done and get the animals taken care of, so it's going to take us probably 2 days, not full days, but 2 days to get it all ready. So we got our feed for Crispy. Kentucky Organics, but Crispy is actually going to go to limited feed when we get back. He is, how old are you, Crispy? Don't eat the bag, please. He's 9 months old. So we're going to limit his feed. That'll make sorting a little bit easier. We're still going to give him quite a bit, 10 pounds a day. And we'll soak it, and then we won't have to worry about this feeder anymore. And then we'll use this feeder for the piglets when our piglets are old enough to eat grain. We got his feeder full. He's been spilling a whole bunch of feed too, which is another reason why. Because if you notice, of course it didn't show it that well, but he likes to eat from the back of the feeder, and then his double, triple, quadruple chin, whatever it is, knocks the feed out in front. So I don't think he's doing it maliciously, but he's doing it. So we have to fill up his water next, get him taken care of, and then he'll be good. And the girls, as you saw, they're good. I do have to finish up their other shelter, basically just get it moved up here. It's already built, so I built that the other day, and then we should be good to go with the pigs. All right, so pigs are done. I'll do a little update on the turkeys. They like to fly now, so hopefully none fly out like that. Hopefully he jumps back in, he or she. Oh, that one too. Oh, I guess I should put the camera down and get that one. So they're getting pretty big. They're making a mess of the bedding. They are going out. Where the heck did that one go? There it is. They're going out on pasture as soon as we get back. They'll be they'll be three weeks old, so they're ready to go out. They're getting a bunch of feathers, which is good. And it's time that they go out and do work in the pasture. So I'll catch this one and then get it back in here. All right, got it back in. So you can see they got, most of their wings are feathered out. They upgrade to a big water. I gotta run into town today and I'll get a different feeder because I don't like that one. All right, so next up we gotta get the area ready for the chickens, where they're gonna move to. They've been in the spot where they're at now, way up there by the pond. They've been there for a couple weeks, working on all those wood chips, stirring them around, trying to till that whole area up for us. So we're gonna move them down here. We got this compost that we need turned, so they'll turn that, and then there's a bunch of wood chips they can turn. Obviously the trailer won't be there, but we only have 2 lengths of fence, and the chickens are in both lengths of fence. So tomorrow morning, before they come out of the coop, we'll pick up the fence early and then move them down here. So I got to take this off. So like I said, we'll get the trailer out of there. They can stir all this compost around. They can go through all these wood chips, stir those around. I'll scrape these out and use them for something, maybe for another batch of compost. Got their water here. We'll put the fence along here. We'll leave out that fig tree and this IBC tote, and they'll kind of encompass this whole area. It'll be a little bit smaller paddock, but it's close to the camper. So my mom and my aunt are coming down to take care of the animals for us while we're gone. I'll be gone for, oh, what, 1, 2, 3, probably like 5 days. Tina will be gone for a week. So unlike last time when we left last Thanksgiving, we can't leave the animals. One, because we're on piglet watch, and two, we have a little too many animals that are too big. Chickens are getting out. In fact, there might be one out right now. Can't tell. But we don't want to, with the sheep, we don't want them getting out, or the pigs or whatever. We can't risk them getting out and having nobody here. So we need a farmsteader, which this time my mom and my aunt are going to do for us. So we're trying to make it as easy as we can for them so that they don't have to work too hard when they're down here, and they can enjoy what might be a vacation for them.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
So Adam asked me for help because I'm the pro.
Something like that. Except for you're already messing up because you got to leave the, so we can tie it together, remember?
Oh yeah.
Amateur.
We figured if we started at the top, it would be better that way because it'll just be tighter. We found that when we start at the bottom and we go up each row, it was kind of loosening and they kind of like droop in the middle between the posts. So starting at the top makes it a little bit tighter.
Okay, so it's all set up. We went to, if you notice, we went to 3-strand. We've done that the last 2, 3. This will be the third paddock?
Yep.
So this will be the third paddock that we went to 3-strand. And then when we come back, I think we're gonna go to 2-strand. But we don't want any issues when we're gone. So the posts have been working okay. Twice we've come out here and the wire has been down. Once was just, was it yesterday? Or day before?
Yesterday. Mm-hmm.
And then the part where we looped the wire was snapped off. So the wire was hanging down on the ground, which I don't know how that would have happened. And then one other time, the wire popped out and was like up on top of the bottom wire was up on top of the top wire. And I think one of the sheep hit it and knocked it out. So other than that, it's been working good. they haven't been out at all. They haven't gotten out, so they've been chowing down underneath the trees over there and eating all the brambles. So the paddock that they're in now, they haven't done a ton of work on because it's a big paddock. It's probably twice the size of this one, but we couldn't really divide it up. And then we didn't want them super close to the woods when we're gone, so they're over here. We didn't want them close to those woods when we're gone. We wanted them closer, like I said earlier, to make things easier. So we just gave them that big paddock and they ate what they ate. But we'll move them tomorrow afternoon. So they're the last things that we'll move. So this is done. Now the chickens. We have something that we need to install on the chickshaw. All right, we bought this Amazon special coop door that broke within, what, 4 months? Water got behind the control panel and just stopped working. So basically our coop has been open for a long,
since the winter.
six months, something like that. So we got this. I don't know if you can see it right here. Omlet sent us this coop door. I reached out to them to try to get one because I'd been looking at it for a while. Probably when this coop door broke, I started looking at this, but I never pulled the trigger on it. So I reached out to them to see if we could get one, and they sent it. So this is the instruction manual, 113 pages. You got reading on the plane. So this thing is heavy duty. It's a plastic door, and it's something that has caught my eye a long time ago, just because it looks super durable, and I watched a bunch of videos on it, and it looks the same, and it gets great reviews. So this is the gray one. They have a green one. They have a bunch of other stuff. I'll put a link to them down in the description. We don't get anything if you buy one of their doors, but it looks pretty cool. So we're gonna get the other one off. We'll read the instructions, figure out how the heck it goes together, bag of bolts, hardware, and we'll start installing this thing and see how it works. Fit our opening. Perfect. Okay, so we got it mounted. It's actually really high quality plastic. I'm not worried about this one breaking. That other one was like an aluminum, and it honestly felt chintzy. This one feels pretty solid. We got the control panel mounted. It takes 4 AA batteries, which Tina went to go get, and they'll raise it and lower it, and I think it gets at the time and all that jazz. She got the instruction manual, so we haven't read through that yet. But so we just mounted that control panel here. We'll run the wire up and then get that thing mounted. But it went together pretty easy. The only thing we had to do on the back side of this was add a little, there's a little gear set that rides on the back of the door so it can open and close. And then you just have to mount these plates here behind the door, and then that's what holds the door on. So install was super easy. So once you get those batteries, we'll get this thing fired up and set times and see how it works. All right, so gonna throw this last battery in. Omlet auto door version 2.1.8. Booting up. There we go. It says close at 6, battery 100%. So I'll take this. It's got on the back here, it's got 2 little This one is for this one's for the door, and then this one they have an optional light that you can get, which we did not get because I don't really think a light is necessary on our coop at this point, but we can always upgrade later. So get it plugged in and continue to drop screws all over. This one's got this nice rubber gasket. That one we took off, it was one of those chintzy foam gaskets, and this one's a nice rubber gasket, so that was probably part of the reason why that other one failed. Step number 1 of the directions says no power tools, so make sure you're not using any power tools when you're installing it, because you don't want to do that. Again, no power tools. All right, so we were messing around with it. So it close at 9 is not 9 p.m. So they have these different modes. Right now we're in light mode. So the close at 9 means when the light so it says light now is at 100. If I put my phone over it though, it goes down. It's going down. 27, 15, 10. So it's at 9 right now. 8, 1, 0. So that's when the light into this. Now it's at 100 because there's nothing covering it. So when the light gets dark enough, that doesn't make any sense. When it gets dark enough outside, it'll close, and you can set that to whatever you want at. But 9 is good for us. 10, whatever. There's an example of that in the manual, so that's probably fine. The chickens are usually in before it gets too dark anyway. So they have a, and then you can open at, and we have it set to 30. We'll check tomorrow morning and see what that is, and see how light it is. I'll come out here early tomorrow morning. But you can also change it to manual mode, which means you have to open and close it, and then time. So if we do time, it says mode updated, and now it says closing at 1900, which is 7 p.m. And you can set the time. Right now it shows that it's 0016, which is 12:16 a.m., which it's not, which I'm not going to worry about setting that because we're not going to do it in time mode. It says opens at 6:30, closes at 1700, but we're going to go back to light mode. I think that's going to work best for us because we don't care if the chickens are out at first light because they're in a net. So we're going to leave it in light mode. Opens at 30, closes at 9. Open delay 0 minutes. So if you know that the light is say at 30 at 6 a.m. but you don't want it to open till 6:15, you can do a 15-minute delay. Same thing with close. Night light, there's an option for that. We don't have that. Language and then whatnot. So let's try to close this thing. We already did it once. So when you first do it, it'll say calibrating. It just calibrates on the slide. There was no issues. So it shows closing. I think it does have a sensor in here. So it'll open up if this thing gets hit. See this? This moves. So if a bird is in there, it won't pinch them. It'll open, let the bird get out, which is pretty common on most of these coop doors. This one actually seems a little bit better. Now I wonder if I do this. Yeah, so I guess that's a manual way of, you can open it. It's just hit that too if you needed to instead of scrolling through the options, but it opens and closes just fine. No, so when you do that, it won't stay open, I guess. This makes sense. So then to open it, on this thing there's a little arrow that goes both ways. You just hold it for 3 seconds and then it'll open. And you hold it for 3 seconds to close it. So that's all there is to it. Like I said, I'll leave a link down in the description for this thing if you're interested. It's something that we've been looking at for quite a while. Like I said, 6 months or so I've seen it and had it on my radar, but we finally got it. We'll report back in, I don't know, a few months, see how it works. But I'll film tomorrow morning. I'll come out here early and check and see what time it opens. So until that time, I guess we'll figure out what else we can do. All right, well, I came out here to check to see if this closed. It's about 8, I don't know what time it is, 8:45? It is 8:45 on the dot. 8:46 now, so this says close in 14 minutes. So it actually tells you what time it closes. Must be once it knows. None of the chickens are in here yet, so I can't close it, but I just realized that I can't come out here tomorrow morning and check to see if this opens because we have to move them, so I need them to stay in here. So I guess I'll wait 15 minutes and then I'll have to keep this closed because we need to move the coop. So they have that ramp and it hasn't been on the coop in, I don't know, 2 weeks. But I put it back over here today so we don't forget it in this paddock, and they've already knocked it down. And really they don't even use it. They just jump right up there. Of course, now that I want them to do it, they won't do it. Nope, there you go. Okay, we got them moved. We're down here by the greenhouse. Got the fence all set up. They're itching to get out, so let's see if we can't see what this thing says. Let's change the mode to light. If you can see that or not. So it says open. We hear you, Rocky. So it says light now is at 15. It's currently 6:38, so I think it's light enough. So I think I'm gonna change that real quick. Okay, so we got to change to, I'd change it to 16, so we'll see when it opens, because 6:30 is probably good to have that open. They're used to getting out super early anyway without the door working, so. All right, so they made it out. I think I am going to change that to probably 5 instead of where it's at 16, because it's 6:45 right now, and it's a little bit late. They're used to getting out early, so we'll change that to 5. I'd rather than be out early there in the electric net, so I'm not too worried about it, but that thing works pretty well. So see here, so we got this big compost pile. I put some feed on top of it, and then I also put some feed over there on the wood chips where I wanted to scratch. And hopefully by the time we come back, they got this pile all scooped out and scratched out, and then I'll fluff it back up and we'll have them making our compost for us. So they're already going to work scratching and looking for bugs. You want to move the sheep now or you want to wait?
That doesn't matter.
What do you think?
Easy to do, so.
We gotta get the little one up. Let's try it real quick.
Okay.
When it's time. Alright, so sheep they're just kind of hanging out. Tina's got the alfalfa, and we're gonna get them moved. I don't think they really want to move because they got so much to eat in this paddock, but they don't make the rules around here, we do. Riley. The little one is always first. Oh, gotta stop to check out the charger. We got our sheep herding dog. Now you can't even see her. She's blending in. Just like that, they're in. So training them to alfalfa has been a lifesaver because they'll follow us wherever we go. And when we go way back up there, oh, now they won't come out as I say that, but we'll get them in, close the fence up, and then pull the shelter over. Where are we going? Bobo, where are we going? I see Grandma and Grandpa. Can you say Grandma? Yeah, you got a mouthful of food, huh?